Oh, wow.
Definitely didn't forget to do that.
Definitely not at all
Nope.
whatsoever. Did not forget. Good job, David.
Thanks.
Ciao, and welcome to The Cup, the Currently Unnamed Podcast, where we put the real and the tea in reality. And you can always come to us first to quench your thirst. I'm Logan Murphy. Say something gay. Gay. I am just drinking some water. I am recovering from being sick, and hydration is always incredibly important, especially after you've been sick.
Yes, very true. Very, very true. Hi, I'm Lana. I'm your resident diva. I'm here to give tea, spill the tea, and drink the tea because you know I loves me some tea. I am not drinking tea off her. I am not drinking tea. I'm drinking orange juice, but I'm drinking it out of my cup mug. Da-da-da-da. You can get your cup mug at lanagcreations.etsy.com. Link is in the description below. And we do ship internationally and domestically, so there are no excuses. And I'm looking at you, Italy, all of you. And I'm side-eyeing some of you on the Drag Race Italia. Thank you.
I'm David Healy. And I'm trying to have less energy than Lana did, but it's hard. So I'm just going to be my normal self. I'm David Healy. Don't have a cute intro, but I do have a cute shirt. Woo! It's Simone.
Simone, yay!
Yes, I love Simone.
Yes.
She's amazing. And I am drinking water.
Shocker. I'm so surprised.
Right.
I remembered when Lana was doing her low energy intro that we are all in mourning today. I don't have a hood, but we are all in mourning today. From the loss of a good friend, a fabulous drag queen, and someone that we care for deeply.
And I'm so blindsided, honestly. I did not see it coming, honestly.
Me either. That is why I am very upset.
Yeah.
I want to give you more Italy. I want to give you more of me. But I don't have it in me because you ripped the life right out of me. My beating heart is bleeding right now for what you did. What you did.
Well, I'm going to keep my energy up because I know that the person we are all very upset about is watching this episode. So I'm going to keep my energy up for her.
And
husband.
I mean, I'm very happy. I'm just sad. My energy will be there. I will get it together. But I'm just
very
sad.
happy. I'm just sad.
I'm happy that we get to talk to everyone about this episode. I'm just sad that
happy and sad at the same
time. It's a sad, sad state of affairs. But I know you're watching, and just know my heart is with you. I love you, and you're amazing. And yeah.
Oh, now I need to go listen to some Casey Musgraves after this.
Oh, I was like, oh, why don't I know this song? But now I know why.
Casey Musgraves. That is why you don't know
it's
the song.
Country.
You know what? But it's good country. Okay? She's wonderful.
I'll never.
And an ally. So we support her because she supports us. And speaking of support, make sure to subscribe if you haven't already because we are inching closer and closer to 1,500, which is a lovely number. And we appreciate your support. So let's talk about the episode. We dive in. We walk back into the workroom. Sheeva has just eliminated Morgana in a lip sync that probably should have gone the other way around, but they're not going to send Sheeva home because they already have a pre-subscribed idea of who they want in the top four this season.
I'm sorry, but I need my minute.
Oh, great. I love it. No, I support it fully. I was going to cue you to your minute, but
All right.
you're taking your moment, and I'm going to let you have it.
Have it.
This is your moment. Have it.
You know what? There was some serious issues with the judging last week. The safe team was clearly the top team. And if they were going to judge individually, the top should have been Melissa, it should have been Sissy, and it should have been Silvana. Because those nailed the challenge. And then we have Sheeva with the nerve to try to emotionally manipulate her friend. You don't do that to friends. Friends don't do that to friends. It was ugly. It was nasty. It made me change my view from her. I thought she was a fun villain. That made her not a fun villain. That made her a nasty, vile villain. So I was done with it. She deserved to be in the bottom two. She deserved to lose that lip sync. I don't know what kind of judging was going on. I thought Morgana, she wasn't amazing, but she won that lip sync very clearly to me. What a mess. And I'm kind of mad that I wasn't there to rant about this episode, but also I like to be positive. So.
I swear to God, David has his own timer set just so he can be finished right at 60 seconds.
We're 2 for 2 on podcast because I also hit it yesterday when we did UK, so I was very impressed with myself. But
If it's one
we-
thing Logan gonna do is praise themselves. If anybody else gonna praise it, you got to praise them.
nobody ever does, so I'm going to because nobody else does except for Lana sometimes.
I'm about to say
I'll
I
praise
hear you, and I support that. I am here
Thank
for
you.
and you
Thank
just
Me
keep
too.
praising yourself.
I
period.
sure will.
Yes. I just
I would
love
say
it when you do
I
it.
would say I look great today, but this StreamYard filter is doing loads of work today, and I appreciate the filter for
You got
it.
filters?
Oh, we
Yeah.
all have filters.
Oh yeah, there's a built-in softening.
You mean I
filter.
don't naturally look this good? What the heck?
No, I can tell you from experience, he doesn't.
I don't know what
I'm
you're
kidding.
talking
I'm
about.
kidding.
'cause
He's a
Logan-
lovely, beautiful human in real life.
and hotter in real life than on the filter. Period.
Thank you, Lana.
No comment. That's kind of my father. Anyway, that's why I'm not going to comment on that. I'm fine. I'm okay with that. Anyway, yes, Morgana is unfortunately eliminated at the hands of Sheeva. I'm over Sheeva. We spent an hour and 20 minutes last week or so basically saying what you exactly said in a minute, David, so don't worry. And I know you know that because you listened to the episode.
I do listen.
And then texted both of us with all of your thoughts, and I love it. I love when that happens.
I'm a fan of that. I am a fan. I'm like,
I'm such a fan of it.
I love getting David's afterthoughts after we talked about it, after listening to us talk about it. And David's like, well, this is what I think. And you didn't say this on the podcast. I'm like, did we not? Did we not?
Oh, my favorite part is when David is like, oh, you didn't do this one thing? And I'm like, yes, David, I did. And he's like, what? No, I don't remember that. And I'm like, I did it in this exact spot in the episode. And he goes, oh, well, I'm listening to it at 2 times speed. So, like, I usually miss stuff.
2.6. It's very fast.
That's why, David. You know, the reason you might miss things when we do podcasts is because maybe you listen to them at 2.6 speed.
And at work.
You all are talking so slowly right now.
And I love it even more because I love it even more because I know it annoys Logan, and it makes me laugh to see you get annoyed, and then David.
Hi, I'm Lana.
I didn't know you learned Swedish. Anyway, we move into next episode. That's no shade to the Swedes.
We're so crazy right now. We move. We have to move.
We have to move. We go next day in the workroom. Everybody's walking in, and then Priscilla walks in, and we find out that it is time, everyone, for the reading challenge. It's here.
It's here.
And in traditional fashion, we get the reading challenge in the same episode of Snatch Game, and I loved it.
Every week, every time.
Not every time anymore.
Oh.
And then they brought in 2 lovely pit crewers, and I was like, oh, it's a bear. Thank you.
And it's a beautiful, beautiful black man. And I was like,
that
thank you.
too.
I'm like, thank you.
Him too. But I'm like, thank you for body diversity in pit crews. I appreciate it. So, but I agree with you, Lana. He was.
Beautiful man.
What do we think of the reading challenge overall?
I liked how they edited the reading challenge. It was very fast-paced, jumping around from person to person. You'd go back to some people for a bit. It was just so fun. It felt like a exciting montage of the reading challenge. And it didn't make it so obvious who was going to be the winner because it's so easy to tell who's going to win. It's like, okay, who has the most reads that they show? That's the person that wins pretty much almost all the time. So I was like, okay. It was bouncing around. I had a hard time keeping up, but I really didn't know who was going to win it. So that made it more interesting.
Yeah. I didn't remember any reads. I will say I didn't remember any of them, but I know I do remember myself laughing at some of them. And I was like,
you didn't remember every single person shading La Prada, the fact that she can't do drag.
I didn't realize I did laugh at that.
And then by the end, when she's on the ground hiding under Lina's gown from last week.
I was like, that was the funniest thing I think La Prada do for me.
And I love that they edited it in such a way to where all of the La Prada reads were just back to back to back to back, and it was the same thing over and over, and I loved it. My favorite read came from our challenge winner.
Okay.
When she said, La Sheeva is so slutty that when you read the word April, which is not April in Italian, but it's something else. But when you read the word April, you don't read it like a month, but as a verb. And I don't get it, but I still find it so funny. I'm like, I don't get it. So please. But I found it so dumb and funny because I didn't understand it.
But everybody else laughed, and I was like, should I be
Everyone
laughing?
thought it was the funniest thing
I didn't get it either. I really felt very lost in translation with this challenge. I was like, maybe it's just me and I'm just not getting it because I found myself laughing but not understanding. And I was just like, I don't know if I was laughing at the other folks reacting and laughing, or did I find something actually funny? So
I did love as well Silvana going, Leila Yarn, talent, charisma, uniqueness, 3 things to make the perfect drag queen. My dear, thank God you know how to crochet.
That I loved.
That was funny. But we get a winner of the reading challenge. And I don't care that I didn't get all her jokes. Sissy Lea won!
You hear that? Sissy Lea from Sicily? You're a winner, baby.
Sicily.
Yes.
You are a winner, baby. You're a winner. You're a winner, baby.
And we're going to celebrate this one singular win.
We're celebrating.
Yes.
Woo!
Woo! Oh. And then Sissy's other read for Sheeva, which I did find funny because I had to go look because I was like, I know there's another one. La Sheeva, you're so slutty that if you have to fill out, fill out a form near the date, you write yes.
I did remember that one.
That's funny. But who cares? Sissy wins.
Sissy wins.
David, do you get it? Like if there's like a date on a form that you have to fill out and you just write yes.
Yes. I will pick a date. Yes.
Okay.
So
date also means date in Italian.
Seemingly. It actually might be a more clever read because Sissy speaks English.
Maybe
nobody else got it there. They're all like, what?
Maybe.
Who cares? I love that. But yes, so we find out that the Maxi Challenge, it's Snatch Game. Snatch Game. And I loved that we had Kiara coming in and no one directly told them who they were doing.
Right.
It was like, give me a hint on what you're doing without directly revealing it. And I loved all of this.
Did Sypario squeeze her boobs?
Yes.
Yes.
I hope she had permission.
I hope there was consent there.
I would think so. I would hope so.
think so. I would hope so. I would
definitely
really
hope so.
I would really
just
hope so.
It was so quick. It just so suddenly showed her going, honk, honk. And I'm like, what just happened?
Like, oh, God. Well, it was a clue of what's to come, I guess.
Pretty much.
But then we get this like weird, awkward editing where they're like, stop the production. We have to check audio. And I'm like, for David and I who have seen more Drag Race, I was like, I know they've done this before. So I was like, okay, they're bringing in some sort of celebrity who's going to be the audio person. And everyone's going to freak out. It's Miley Cyrus. Because that's what they did on season 11, was they brought in Miley Cyrus as part of the tech crew or whatever. And lo and behold, it's the exact same thing. But this time, it is a lovely, lovely man that I at least was introduced to for the first time. And that's Tiziano Ferro.
Oh, maybe you were.
I'm not familiar with him.
Okay. Well, he has shown up on Drag Race Italia before. And I immediately knew it. I was like, this guy, because he made it so clear in season 1 when he did a video chat with the contestants. He was like,
he's the one that did the video chat.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Yes, I remember. I vaguely remember now.
Yeah. So I was excited for him because honestly, like, I get the impression he may be like one of the biggest fans to ever be like a guest judge on the show.
It seems like it.
Mm-hmm. He seems very fangirlish to me.
And that's really cool. That's really cool. I'm happy for him.
I'm really happy for him too. And then he did a pretty damn good dip. I wasn't mad at the dip. Like, you go, homosexual man. And he is single now. And I know someone here may or may not have shot their shot. It's not anybody in this top row. I'll tell you that much.
Hey, it was very professional. I wasn't trying to swoop in there, but look.
You should have.
I would. I believe he lives in the United States.
I'm pretty sure he does.
Yeah, so.
He's a Grammy Award-winning musician.
Mm-hmm.
So. But his energy just brought something so completely different to the episode. And David, when I told you before you had watched it that I really enjoyed this episode, he's the main reason why I enjoyed the episode.
That makes sense.
Because from top to bottom, his energy just completely shifted everything. And it was so good to me.
I agree.
And then we find out he's hosting Snatch Game, which I think is the first time that someone that isn't a host of the franchise is hosting Snatch Game. And I have to say, keep doing this.
Mm-hmm.
Keep doing this. I need Graham Norton to host the British Snatch Game. That's what I need. Or Alan. I don't really care. Just not RuPaul. Because RuPaul doesn't get the references anymore. Did RuPaul ever get the references? I don't know. Unless it's LaToya Jackson or Diana Ross. RuPaul doesn't get a reference. So, I mean, like... but yeah, I loved having him host the Snatch Game. I thought that was a lovely twist to the whole thing.
I have one issue with him, but we'll talk about it later. There's one thing he did in the Snatch Game that I'm like, excuse me, mister. That's not cool, but we'll get
Well, David, we are at the Snatch Game. So you could talk about it now.
Well, the only time that he kind of bothered me was when Melissa wrote out a joke and she showed it. And then she's like, can I explain it? And he said, nope, we're going to the next person. And I'm like,
sure.
Why not let her explain it? So that kind of bothered me.
Yeah, I understand that. So it's Snatch Game time. And guess what? We didn't know most of the people, everyone. Yay! Combined between the three of us, we knew two of them. So, we can't really judge it based on, the quality of the impersonation. What we can judge it on is how it made us laugh.
Just the
Or if
hand
it made
down
us
there
laugh.
sticking me
Hand.
out. You
Just
didn't even
hand.
get the full green screen. It's just the
Just the hand.
Because that's what it was. The hand.
Well, these are our characters.
I want to say something overall about Snatch Game in Italy. Italy is so unique when it comes to Snatch Game for a few reasons.
Yeah.
So characters can be anything, basically. Last year we had somebody who was just a penguin. Not the penguin from Batman's. He was just a penguin. And he wasn't even talking most of the time. He would write down his answers and then just show them. And I'm like, what in the world am I watching? It was so bizarre. Just Snatch Game devolves into madness on Italia, and I kind of love it and kind of hate it at the same time. But it was that way this year as well. And one thing that I really like about Snatch Game in Italia is they don't lead the witness. They don't add a bunch of shade sounds under people. They show the judges laughing at everybody. So it's really hard to tell who's going to be high, who's going to be bottom, anything like that, except based on your own opinion. And I like that. I don't want them to hand spoon feed us who's good and who's bad, because it just makes it too obvious. In fact, I thought that things were going to go a specific direction in this one, and they didn't. So, yeah, I prefer that.
Having not really remembered what either of the Italian Snatch Games were, I went into this and I was like, oh, I remember this is so completely different than anything that we usually get. And I really enjoyed it. I liked that the questioning was different. I liked that it was it seemed like everyone had a character, despite, not presumably knowing who the character is. But I thought it was a really strong Snatch Game overall, honestly. I thought everyone had at least a singular joke. And I thought it was funny.
I don't know what to say about the Snatch Game. I was very I just watched it and was like, okay. I don't know anybody, so make me laugh. Some of them did, some of them didn't.
Yeah.
And that's all I could go by. That's all I can go on was if I laughed and who got on my nerves and who didn't. And it was just like, okay, cool. So that's it for me. I don't know.
Yeah.
They all look fine. I guess they look like their character.
Do we want to go person by person?
I could tell you my tops and bottoms, but I don't have overall thoughts for each individual person, because I was pretty confused. I'll just tell you the standouts for me in a positive way were Silvana and Sissy. I thought those were the clear top two. And I actually liked La Prada. I thought it was a very interesting character and I was laughing a lot. So yeah, if I had picked a top three, it would have been those three. Everybody else, I thought they were some level of good, except for one person. In fact, I didn't need a bottom three. I needed a go away, because for me, Sypario was. I don't think I've ever been as annoyed watching somebody do Snatch Game as I was with her. Just the way she kept messing with everybody the whole time. I thought that was just so unprofessional. We've seen people have distracting Snatch Game performances before, but they weren't messing with people's hair in the middle of their answers, rubbing all over them, sticking their hands down in their lap. I just thought it was so inappropriate overall, and I was really, really put off by Sypario. And I like Sypario, so it was super disappointing. If I had to pick a bottom three to go down with her, probably Sheeva and honestly probably Lina, because she didn't stand out for me at all.
I would probably agree with you on all points because I was very annoyed with Sypario this whole entire Snatch Game. I was like, would you just sit down and just leave the stage? Because this character was just bad off from the get go. Like, it was just a bad character to do. It wasn't funny. Nothing about it made sense. It was distracting, and I get why they call Lashiva's character annoying because she was annoying throughout, but Sypario was just as annoying, like super annoying the entire time. And I'm like, if I'm trying to do my character and you always putting your hand in my face or up on my head or touching my body and distracting me from doing, I will be like livid with you because I have to focus on me, and now I've got to. You're taking my focus away because I'm like, what the heck are you doing? Like, seriously, stop! And it's so frustrating. This is the worst character I've ever seen on any Snatch Game I've watched. It was literally the worst character. I would watch any other character that I said I hated 10 times over before I watch this character again. I don't think this is a good character at all. And I would have put her in the bottom 2 and just sent her right out the door for the character alone. Yeah. Like, I don't care what your lip sync is. I don't care. This character was so bad and rude and disrespectful and not fun to what you could go. That's just my opinion. And I agree with David. I like Sypario. I just did not like this character at all. This was, for me, the worst character in Snatch Game history, in my history of watching Snatch Game. It could be worse for somewhere else, but I don't see how.
It doesn't
unless somebody did a foot. I'm about to say unless somebody did a foot.
Not yet, but anything is possible.
The door she's opened.
Oh, she's no.
With that hand.
Not that.
With her hand.
But yes, Silvana and Sissy were my favorite. Like, we only needed the top 2 for me. Because I think everybody else was just fine, safe, or whatever.
I would have had a third in the top, because I do agree, Silvana and Sissy. Mine actually would have been Leila. I really loved what Leila was doing. I got what Leila's character was very easily. It's a children's show statue head. And I got that very early on. I didn't need to know what the character was to get the character that she was doing. The glue jokes I thought were so fun. I thought she really interacted in a very positive way with Sissy. I thought both of them played off of each other really well. I thought that was good. Just this childlike innocence built into like answering a question about what your porn title would be. Like, I thought like all of the ways that she approached it, I think were really, really strong. So I would have put Leila in the top 3 as well. And this is not an opinion that either of you are going to want to hear, but I am going to be honest and genuine with how I felt. My bottom 3 would have been Sypario, Sheeva, and I have to be honest, Melissa.
Oh.
I didn't really get a whole lot from Melissa's character. I wouldn't have put her in the bottom 2 by any means of the imagination. But it wasn't, for me, when she came out on the runway, I was like, okay, good. She saved herself. She'll be safe. Like, that was my instant reaction. I think Prada was fine. I got the character. I know that person. And I think that's why I was like, it's really creepy. I'm like, I know that person on a level that I shouldn't. It's people I work with pretty frequently. So it's, yeah. And then I thought Lina was fine as Amanda Lear. We've seen a better Amanda Lear in Snatch Game. I thought she was fine. I thought she had jokes. Sypario, for all the reasons you all already listed, I won't go on about Sypario. What frustrated me about Sheeva, and I loved that Fabrizio brought it up later in the judging, she talked over everyone, including him. And I understand that that's part of the character. But when the first thing you hear at the start of Snatch Game is him introducing Silvana's character, and you still hear Sheeva in the background, no. Like, before Silvana has a chance to say anything, the first thing you hear is Sheeva? No. Like, I found her performance incredibly disrespectful, and I agreed with him wholeheartedly. Also, I'm saying his name wrong. It's Tiziano Ferro.
Okay, I was so confused. I was
No.
like, who's Fabrizio?
Yeah, I'm still sick, everyone, so I am not on my A game at this current moment in time. Tiziano. He's
There we
wonderful. Fucking hand.
Honestly, when I first saw the hand in the green screen costume, I was like, wait, are you doing Thing from Addams Family?
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, this is actually really clever. How is this going to work? And it was not clever. Maybe it was too clever is the problem.
I think she thought too much about it. And it went too far from what it should have been. Snatch Game should be easy and simple and fine and lovely, and it was not any of those things. But I didn't have a whole lot to talk about from the workroom stuff, if I'm being honest. I didn't write anything down.
I wrote nothing.
Okay, then let's just talk about Priscilla.
Well,
Or
good.
Or Mariano, as
Right.
we learned in this
Right.
episode.
And
That's right.
a different episode somebody called.
And a different episode. I was like, oh, it was Sheeva.
Oh, yes.
It was the episode where I said there was one funny moment that Sheeva had the whole episode. And it was her being like, Mariano, you bastard, or something like that.
Right.
That was funny. Priscilla looks great.
Mm-hmm. It stood out for me, for sure. I think this is one of her better looks.
I agree with you.
You waiting on me?
I was seeing if you had any thoughts.
No, it's
Okay.
fine.
Okay. Well, all right then. Category is twists.
I had no idea what to do for twist, so I put a
What
twister
the fuck
there.
is twist?
Oh, it's a twister.
Exactly.
Now, if someone had done Twister the movie,
Ooh.
Or Twister the game. What if somebody came like a
Ooh.
Twister game? I would have.
is that available in
With
Italy?
like fake
I don't
legs all over
know.
themselves.
That would be great.
That should be a Dragula look.
A Twister with debris hanging off of them everywhere.
Yes,
Like,
yes.
ugh, that would be great.
And then your fascinator is just a cow.
Okay, just flying.
Cow.
Cow.
Exactly.
Same cow.
Another cow.
Wait, can it just be
Yeah.
cows? Can it be cows stacked on top of each other?
I just would love
Ooh,
it.
what if it's like a tornado hat and then there's a cow that just spins around it?
Oh. And then you have a.
No, or you're the tornado and your fascinator is a cow that spins.
Yeah.
Oh, and your dress.
I'm mad no one's
spins,
done that.
too. What if your dress spun?
I would love that.
Love it. Okay.
Someone for a future Drag Race season, you can have that.
Yeah, for free.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. But also, I was like, what the fuck does twist even mean for a category?
Don't know. I was like,
And
twist.
everyone took it in a very different way. But
It was fun.
it was fun. This was not fun. First up, Silvana.
Oh.
Oh, what, David? You finna
mean,
tell me you like
Started
this?
by
Oh,
saying
what,
it wasn't
David?
fun. Oh. No, I think Silvana is fun. Now, fun doesn't mean good necessarily, but I like seeing a silly side from her. Because like we don't get a lot of silliness from her looks. It's a lot of like boring like looks so far. But yeah, this gave a little bit of personality. Her boobs kind of fell off and had the slinky type of deal with them. But yeah, the look itself left a lot to be desired. I don't know the specific character. I think it was a specific superhero that she was trying to emulate here. So I don't know that character. I got kind of like Wonder Woman or Mork and Mindy type of look from this, but I thought it was fine. I'm not mad at it. And I like her eyes. What do you think, Lana?
It was a leotard and springy boobs. A leotard and springy boobs. And I was like, then they don't even spring at the same size. Like, they're two different sizes of the spring. It's just lopsided springy boobs.
I don't want lopsided springy boobs.
I don't want lopsided springy boobs either. Look, I like Silvana. She's not going to be the fashion girl. We know we got that from the very beginning. I'm not expecting her to be the fashion girl. What I am expecting her to do is give us decent looks. Like, this looks like a mix, like she should be an Incredible or something, one of the Incredibles or something, and not like the Incredibles, but not the Disney version Incredibles or the Pixar version Incredibles, but like off-brand version of the Incredibles, something you get at the swap meet.
The Fantastics.
Right, the nice guys. I don't know.
The nice guys.
I don't know. It just is not doing anything for me. But what I will say I do love is her makeup. I do enjoy the makeup that she did here, and I like the wig that she does here.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't like the look itself, because in that top picture, her eyes look stunning, and it's just bright, and I love that. But the look itself, not a fan.
Before the reveal, I loved it.
Mm-hmm.
And then she revealed. And then she revealed her lopsided springy boobs. This bodysuit is questionable at absolute best. Why do you have a purple panel in the middle of red with then white arm cuffs that break up the red,
right,
and then also white tights? No.
Do you think the twist for this is the springs?
Yes.
Yeah.
I do.
Those are the twist aspects of it.
Yes, I do actually think that that's all she did for the category.
Got it. Bam.
I thought it was like a twist that her boobs sprung out. But they actually have twists to them.
Right, in the
regardless of what it is, it's still not good.
Nope.
But her makeup, this is the best her makeup has looked all season. She is taking notes on her makeup, and I do appreciate it. And I do enjoy the wig.
Mm-hmm.
I like the way that it's very slick back in the front, and then you've got that sort of like cascading Marseille wave. I like that. So, scores.
60.
40.
40. Leila Yarn.
Well, looks like we're getting my least favorites out of the way. Because I'm so sorry, Leila Yarn. You've had some incredible looks. This is my least favorite thing I've seen from her so far on the runway. Yeah, it was just pretty disappointing. We did get to see some of the crochet back, but not for long. It came off quickly, and it just all kind of felt sloppy to me. And I don't know. I expect more from her. She's really set high expectations for herself. So when she doesn't live up to it, it's pretty disappointing. And I was pretty disappointed with this.
I agree. I was not very pleased with this look. I was like, oh, we get the crochets back. Yay, great. But is the under thing going to be crochet too? Because that would be cool. But no, it wasn't. And it was like, oh, we get this. She takes it off, and it's a pink little number. And then we get a wig reveal too. So that was cool. We get 2 reveals in one. You know, I'm wearing this. It's basically she had a overlay to her swimsuit. It's like
More like a beach towel.
Yeah, with boobs on them.
Yeah, for some reason.
Like,
Do you need a crochet boob towel?
It was just underwhelming. Very underwhelming. The whole entire look, even with the pink wig, she should have kept the black wig on because that was much better than that pink wig thing that she had underneath it.
Every bachelor party at a drag show I've ever seen.
Yep. With that bob.
Or bachelorette party, sorry.
Bachelorette party, yep.
I was going to say the bachelor party at the drag show would be a lot more interesting. Yeah, as she kept taking things off, it increasingly got worse for me.
Keep it on, keep it on.
Truly, in this moment, I was like, please keep it on. I'd like you to keep it on, please. Like, Leila. But her face looks great.
Sure.
So, scores.
I'm feeling generous. I'm giving her a 62.
You're feeling really generous. I'm going to give her a 52.
I'm going to give her a 58. Next up is Sheeva.
Sheeva. This was actually good. I like this.
Stupid fucking hat. I forgot about the hat.
Yes, at first when she came out in the hat, I was like, "Oh, is this going to be similar to what we saw somebody else do that we're going to talk about later?" But then she threw it off, and she's in this like kind of showgirl look that looks really pretty, and I really like these like violets and yellows together. The color choices here were really, really strong. This was definitely in my top half of the night. There are 3 big standouts for me this night. She's not one of them, but she's not super far behind them. So she should be very proud of this. This definitely redeemed her. In fact, I'm just going to say it. I think there was like kind of like whoever did well in the challenge did not do well on the runway and vice versa for me. There were not a lot of people that did well at both.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, it was so bizarre how it worked out. Yeah, I think it made judging very hard as well. But yeah, this was good.
Yeah, I like this whole idea. I was nervous to see what would come from under the hat, but then I was very happy and surprised to see she had like a full other showgirl hat underneath the hat because it's like it could have been just a small little thing, and not. It was good. I enjoyed it. I liked the look. I liked the violets. I liked this showgirl look. It was cute. Yeah, her makeup was nice. It was good. This was a good look. I really, really enjoyed it.
This hat is so stupid. I love the hat. I found the most confusing part about this entire presentation to be the way she described her final look in confessional, where she was like, I'm just a fairy that's been trapped in this cage and now I'm set free to spread my fairy powers. I'm like, what the fuck, girl? You're a showgirl. This is a showgirl look. You're a showgirl. La showgirl. Like, what?
La showgirl.
La showgirl. Like, what? But regardless, this is my favorite look of La Sheeva so far this season. The hat is so stupid, and then to reveal, and then she has like the little hat, then with the whole thing happening as well. I think it all looks really good, and I think it's come together in a very strong look for her.
I would have been more impressed if she was like, I'm the Mad Hatter, and had the big hat with another little hat.
I wish the top of the hat had come down, and the hat was just the gown.
Yeah, that would have been cute.
And it has like straps or something, so she's just like, hold it. The hat is the gown. That would have been fun.
I would have been like, oh,
that would have been perfect.
I gave her an 86.
I will give her an 84.
I'll give her an 88. Our dearest Sissy Lea.
Okay. Sissy Lea, I love you. And I love a lot of things you've done. This is not one of my favorite things that we've seen from Sissy. I really like the idea. In fact, when I found out this was inspired by an actual kind of upside down dress, I looked it up and I'm like, wow, that looks so cool. Unfortunately, this does not quite live up to the execution of the actual dress. And I know that's very hard to do. Um, I don't know, just something about, especially when she took off the bottom half, it just felt like a weird fit at the bottom and it didn't really give me top half of a dress. So I don't know. I wish maybe it had been shaped different to like maybe show some movement to it, or if she had like flipped the bottom half up. I don't know. There's a bunch of different things that I might have done. They probably would have been very difficult to execute. It's not my least favorite this week, but it left me wanting a little bit more. So sorry.
Um. So I get it, and I kind of like it. When I looked up the upside down dress too, just so I could see what that looked like, and I'm glad she didn't do a literal thing of the upside down dress because that would have been just first of all horribly hard to do on the runway. And but I kind of like this. I kind of like the way she has it. I like the first one. I like the first with the flared skirt at the at the bottom. I wish it looked more like the up like it had maybe sleeves or I don't know. I don't know what I wanted it to look like, but I wanted it to look like something more like the dress was actually upside down. Because then when it came off, that flare part came off, it kind of lost its charm for me. Um, I think the twist enough was that she was wearing an upside down dress. Like that's a twist that we don't usually see.
Mm-hmm.
But what I really would have loved is if she took the bow off and then that top half came down and it was something underneath and it was like, boom, now it's a regular dress. Like I went from an upside down dress to a regular dress. And it would have been like, oh, cool, because now this top half is now the bottom half, and then she can have something else to be the top half. I don't know. I was expecting a bigger reveal. I wanted a bigger reveal. I thought that's what we were going to get. And it was just like, oh, nope, just the bottom part. And I love me some Sissy Lea. Her makeup looks amazing. And I like the wig. I do like the wig, but I wanted more of a reveal. And we didn't get it.
I wanted that exact reveal that you just talked about, Lana, where the top revealed down into like something. Like I would have loved if the whole thing had just revealed into like a ball gown. Like somehow she's got all the fabric just like stuffed in here, and then the full thing drops and it just becomes a gown. Like I think that would have been really fun, and that would have been a twist. I like this in what was presented to us. I think the difficulty for me comes down to the cup size of the dress at the bottom. I think if it was more of a defined silhouette in that, even if it was like a little bit more like cupped, I think that would have really conveyed the idea. Or had like spaghetti straps that are just then hanging down on her legs or something like that. I just wanted a little bit of something. This was at like 80% of execution for me, and I just wanted it at 100. But her makeup is great. The wig is great. The reveal for what it was cute. Yeah, not my absolute favorite thing, but I do think still a solid presentation.
I would say the bottom half, it kind of to me looks like a pencil skirt with like a little bit of an odd cut at the bottom.
Yeah.
So if she didn't explain it, I wouldn't have got it. So I think I just wanted it to be more obvious.
I agree with you completely. Scores.
I'll give her a 69.
69.
I would give it a 72.
I'm still going to give this a 77.
Cool.
Sypario.
Okay, Sypario, for as awful as she was in the challenge, I really love this. Like, in fact, when I saw this, I was like, how's anybody going to top this? Because I just enjoyed everything she did. This is
Wow.
my favorite week of Sypario on the runway. She had so many layers to this, and it looks so good. And like every reveal, I was like, okay, more, and she just kept giving me more. So this was such redemption from her atrocious snatch game. So yeah, I love this.
Yeah, I like this look too. I thought it was fun. It was cute. It was I love the reveal of it. It's still giving us what we expect from Sypario, but maintain maintain the theme. Like gave us the theme, but also gave us Sypario, and it was good. I love this makeup. I don't know if it seems or feels softer to me from any of the other makeup Sypario has been doing, but
A little bit. I would agree with you on that.
yeah, it just seems a little softer, and I really love that. Um, I love that headpiece that when she came out with, and then took it off to reveal this other headpiece thing. It was She ate this runway up. Not gonna lie.
I like this. I don't think I like it nearly as much as both of you, but I do like it. I think the ruffle top is cute. I have a bit of an issue with how baggy the pant is. I just wish it fit a little bit better. I like it to be baggy, but it feels too baggy in a weird way. I don't know. I like the hat reveal. It's a big dumb stupid hat. I'm a fan. It's one of my favorite things in drag. But yeah, overall, like I this is definitely not the worst thing on the runway. It's not the worst thing she's worn. It's just not my absolute favorite garment. But scores.
It's a 93 for me.
It's an 80 for me.
I'm gonna match your 80.
Wow.
Now you see how we feel when we freak out about a look and you go 40.
I'm very surprised.
Next, we have the Prada doing two icons in very different ways of drag. The first is the first recorded drag artist, and I should know their name, and I don't remember it right now. Oh, Lord, that's going to bother me. Go ahead, David.
I like this. I thought this was a pretty good week for La Prada. What I really liked is how when she came out in this first look, she just kind of glided across a stage. And I'm not sure how she did that because I was like, oh, she's wearing roller skates or something. But then when she took off the dress part, I was like, oh, there's no roller skates. How's she roll? So magic. I don't know. I was impressed by that. But then I actually like her second look even more. I just thought it was a very effective kind of like gypsy look for her. And her body looked great. Her makeup, I think, is getting a little bit better from what it was. There's still a long way to go. But overall, I thought it was a pretty decent runway for her.
It's not a gypsy look, my love.
Oh, it's not? Okay, well, that's what I got from it.
Well, I looked it up. So she was doing a reveal from one queer icon to another. So the first is William Dorsey Swan, who's the first recorded drag queen as we kind of know it today, and then revealed into La Veneno.
Oh, okay.
So the second look is supposed to be La Veneno.
Still looks like a gypsy, but good on La Veneno for making. I don't know who that is, but it looks like a gypsy. I would have said a gypsy look too if I was like to describe what it looks like.
Right.
But sure, I think this was an okay look for La Prada. I wasn't I wasn't mad at it, and I wasn't like, ugh, this is the grossest look ever. It was a decent week full of Prada this week, I will say. It wasn't the worst because we've seen worse and wonder, like, what are you wearing? To now, it's like, oh, okay. I like what you're wearing. So, and I do think her makeup is getting a little bit better this week. So hopefully we're on a trajectory where it gets better.
I agree. The makeup is definitely improving. I'm glad that we're seeing the improvement. I love the reveal from William Dorsey Swan into La Veneno. I think it's such an interesting concept to do La Veneno. We've seen it a few times on Drag Race, and we've seen it done very well. One of the most iconic things that I reference in my everyday life is Isis Couture doing La Veneno for Snatch Game and just going, Puseta! And I quote that in my daily life. So I loved seeing this tribute. I think this is fine. I think both garments are good. There's nothing bad about them per se. It's solid. So scores.
I gave her a 77.
75.
77. I'll match you, David.
Cool.
Bitch. Lina, you stupid bitch.
Yeah, they definitely saved the best two runways for last for me. I thought this was so cool to see. It already looked really interesting when she came out, but then when she raised her arms and the costume expanded like that, I was like, oh, this is so cool. And then it actually just occurred to me now. There was a look that I was so excited about from Drag Race Mexico that did not make it on the show. That was a look from Pixie Pixie, and she did a very similar thing with a I think it was it was some sort of flower. But I'm glad we got to see that concept actually realized on the stage here with this look. So yeah, I thought this was really stunning, and she had great control of the costume as well. Like she was able to maneuver it so it moved up at an angle where we could see the top of it. So I thought it was super cool. Great job for her.
Oh yeah, this is one of my favorites of the night. It was stunning. Like you said, even with her arms down, it was an interesting look. It was like, oh, what is that? And then when she did the whole raising the arm, it was so pretty. And I was like, oh, the bee and the honeycomb effect, so good. And then she took it up and we got to see it like a whole back. It was so good. This look was so stunning and well executed. The makeup is incredible. It's my favorite bee costume of the season. We've seen some bees in this year. This one had to be my favorite. It was so good, so well thought out, and very well executed.
This is not only my favorite look of this runway, but this is definitely one of the best looks I've seen all year on Drag Race. By far, no question. Like, this is incredible. The amount of craftsmanship that had to go into this is beyond impressive. The way that Lina presented this was beyond impressive. How did she pack this? I want to know, like, how
a box and she shipped it.
Probably just for this. The makeup is so good. It's a little bit different. I love that we have that kind of arch in the brow, and then it comes down, and it's not all one seamless line. I love that we're seeing something a little bit different from Lina, and she's challenging herself in the makeup because it simultaneously is a lot angular and harsher in the eye, and yet everything else is a little bit softer. And I like seeing that for Lina. I'm glad that she's challenging herself to do something a little bit different. And I always love that she has her blush just so high, just on the sides of her face, just on the temple. Who needs blush on the cheek when you can have it on the temple? I'm scores.
Well, this B look gets an A from me. It is a 95.
Cheers, Miss Lina. You deserve all the cups and all the fullness of all the cups. Mother, indeed.
That part. I don't need to say anything else. And then also Melissa.
Melissa, this is so cool. I love this. We get a dragon look here, but I love the fabric choice. Like, I think that looks really cool, and I love that we're getting silver and gold here. And then to add on top of everything, her looking so beautiful, she does that smoke thing, which is an effect I first saw on Drag Race Italia. So I like seeing that effect continue into this season as well. She just looks so good. Melissa's the one.
Melissa just don't miss on the runway. She just don't miss. She has not missed this entire season. And every week I am just so freaking stunned by what she pulls out to bring to the runway. It's so incredible. And she looks amazing. She's so theatrical. She's so beautiful. Everything about this look says yes. I'm here for it. This is stunning. Another favorite of this entire season for me.
I will still say Melissa's the one, but I think there are a lot of people right on her heels. I think she needs to watch out. I don't think she needs to step it up because she's already there. But she ain't the only one taking it there. And I'm happy to see that because I'm happy to see a little bit of competition for her.
Yeah.
This is impeccable in every possible way. Like there's, what? Hello? I'm just, dropped my phone. Scores.
I'm gonna give her a 97.
Come on. It's so full, and I do not want to overflow my cup on my computer. But cheers to you, Miss Melissa. This is overflow. Mother.
Yeah.
Ugh. All right, it's just.
I'm not going to keep doing that because I don't want my elbow to lock up again. I don't know if y'all can hear it, but every time I do it, my elbow clicks.
Not bad.
It's strange, but it's like...
That's your elbow making that noise?
My elbow.
Oh my gosh. Get that checked out.
No.
That's my elbow.
Yeah, no. My elbow made that noise. My knee makes that noise, though.
I mean, I also have TMJ, so it makes sense. Like,
if I was to stand and do a bend, my knee says.
Oh, mine do too. My entire body cracks like that.
Yeah, I have
like my back, especially. Yeah, that'll do it. I think I probably have weak cartilage in my elbows because that runs in my family, so it probably has something to do with that. Anyway, you don't care about that.
You don't care about any of that.
No, you don't. You don't care about any of that. So we get our safe group, and it's Prada, Leila, and Melissa. And I was like, okay, fine,
sure.
This is when I was like, okay, so where's Lina? Where is she? Is she in the top or is she in the bottom? Because I clearly knew Sheeva and Sypario were in the bottom. I clearly knew Sissy and Silvana were in the top. So I was like, okay, is Lina's runway putting her in the top? or is her snatch game putting her in the bottom? I was so confused.
Mm-hmm. Me too.
And I was completely wrong about Sissy.
Me too. Me too.
I don't get it.
I was very confused, and I still don't get it. Still don't get it.
Same.
I still don't get it. I don't get it. I'm very confused.
We're already at the point in Italia where they said 3 people in the top. We don't need to do that anymore. We're only going to do 2 people in the top. Because who needs 3 people in the top? Am I right? Am I right? Apparently, we don't anymore. So that's unfortunate for sure. But Untucked, nothing major happens. Tiziano does come back and talk to them after ripping Sheeva a new one, which I found very interesting. I loved every moment of it. His commentary was so real and genuine, and you can tell that he's waited a very, very long time to give critiques on Drag Race. And I thought all of his critiques were very insightful and knowledgeable and deserved.
Mm-hmm.
So I was happy to see that. But yes, we get our results. Our winner is Silvana.
Clearly just based on the performance.
This is if it's based just on performance, then Sissy Lea should not have been in the bottom 2.
Exactly. That's why it's not making any sense to me.
They're judging arbitrarily.
Yeah,
they're judging however the hell. Like I've said for most of the season, they have a very clear idea of who they want in the top 4 of this season, and they just need to find an excuse to send everybody else home.
Well, sure.
It's lovely. It's so much fun. It's so great. But Lina is then called safe. Deserved.
To be safe.
Yes. No, 100% deserved to be safe.
Mm-hmm.
And
I
out of our
safe,
bottom... I safe? Questionable.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take it personally. I have Lina, right?
I think so, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I think you do.
I was gonna say I will take that, seeing as how she is on my team.
And I'll take the Silvana win.
Well, especially because I lost someone else, but it's fine. Our bottom 2 ends up being Sissy and Sypario because they saved Sheeva, and this didn't make any sense.
Half of it does.
Half of it makes any sense.
But then it's the halves that's bothering me, because if that's the case, Sissy's performance in Snatch Game should have kept her safe.
I agree with you.
Mm-hmm.
Sypario had an amazing runway in a crappy Snatch Game, so maybe they should have been safe too. I mean, but that's the thing, because the way they setting it up and they saying stuff like you have a crappy Snatch Game but a great runway, you're safe, right? Because Lina, not a great Snatch Game, great, amazing runway, safe. Okay. Sypario, bad Snatch Game, great runway, bottom. Sissy, great Snatch Game, questionable runway, bottom. But Sheeva, great runway, horrible Snatch Game, safe. It's just not, the math ain't mathing for me, because
Agreed.
I mean, if this is the big thing that we do, Snatch Game is this is what everybody's waiting for. This is what we look forward to. And you bomb in Snatch Game as bad as Sypario and as bad as Sheeva did, the runway don't matter, because you bombed in the thing that's supposed to be the thing you're supposed to do. But no, you put Sissy, who actually did good in the Snatch Game, and put her in the bottom. It doesn't, the math ain't mathing for me here. at all.
Priscilla didn't even like her Snatch Game. She said you were small. You were the small person again in Snatch Game. You weren't who we saw in the Reading Challenge.
And that's all we got because they literally only fucking critiqued her for 10 seconds on the edited episode. I'm not exaggerating. It was 10 seconds.
But I don't even get that because I didn't find her to be small in the Snatch Game at all. I thought she was one of the better ones, and I laughed a lot at Sissy's performance. But you know what?
But Lana, they already have it prescribed that she and Sypario are making like top 5 or something.
I know.
Everybody else.
I know. I get it. And see, this kind of stuff makes people not want to watch your show.
I agree.
So, because I'm starting to get a little teed off with the obvious tampering of the judges, because it's obvious that you have your set people that you want, and you're making excuses even when they horribly fail at stuff that they're supposed to do. That's the main challenge of the week. So it's kind of like, okay, because y'all did that junk to Sissy last week when she should have won, but y'all just gonna make a
You did that to Sissy the first 3 weeks where you put her low bottom
when she didn't deserve to be there all those times.
I still fundamentally believe, honestly, that there was a complete bias against Sissy because she does not actively live and work in Italy.
Could be.
And they couldn't justify sending her home at any point prior to this.
We move because...
And unfortunately, in this lip sync, we gotta talk about the lip sync, y'all. Vamos a bailar by Paula and Chiara, featuring Tiziano Ferro.
Okay. I'm going to say this. As we just saw, I will go to bat for Sissy Lea because we love Sissy Lea here.
We truly do.
We truly and honestly do. But I knew from the second that music started and she just started giving us the shoulder
wiggle. Just a little wiggle.
Shoulder wiggle. And knew the words. I give her that. She knew the words. But she gave us the shoulder shimmy. And she stood there and kept giving us the shoulder shimmy. And stood there and kept giving us the shoulder I was like, oh no, Sissy's not going to win this. Because the Sypario started off like, and Sissy was still like,
That's a pretty good Sypario, actually.
It was.
And then Sissy said, okay, let me get out this dress, y'all, because it's a little too tight. Let me get out this dress.
And Sypario's still going,
but she was all over the place. And then Sissy said, hold on, let me get my dress. Let me get out my dress. Let me get out my dress.
Oh, my dress is stuck.
I said, no, Sissy, no. I was like, oh no.
Sypario was so sweet, helped her out.
So I said, oh, let me get you, girl. It's all right. You got up, girl. Let me get you. Okay. Pop, 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 pop. It was so crazy.
Oh man.
Wait, Lana, can you do it again?
No.
I think Lana needs to go off camera for a second. Use that trap door.
Oh Jesus, no.
Look, I am removing Lana from the studio. Yes. Yeah, it was an amazing moment, and I love this recreation.
So good.
Yeah, but I actually want to give Sypario her flowers because I was so impressed with her. I thought this was one of the stronger, kind of one-sided lip syncs, unfortunately, but she was killing it. She was killing it, and I feel like Sissy kind of knew she was going. Like even in Untucked, she's like, I'm gonna be in bed with my man tonight. So
And I'm glad for it.
I think he got a couple mentions from Sissy in this episode,
I
actually.
think so.
Yeah, but yeah,
Yeah, I mean, bah! It just it felt very Chicago. I think that's what Sypario's drag reminds me of overall, is just
Yeah.
Chicago the musical.
I
In like
can
the
absolutely
strangest
see
of ways, but like, because I know she's very theater based, but Chicago specifically, everything, like I see Sypario and I'm like, oh, she would fit so perfectly into the cast of Chicago, like just as another character. And I'm like, I came to that realization. I was like, oh, okay, I like that actually, and I really like Sypario. I'm happy Sypario is still in the competition.
Mhm.
I'm
Me
thrilled
too.
that she's there. I am excited to see more. I'm excited to see what she does next week too. I've been
Welcome
trying
back.
to delay so long so that way Lana can come back, so that we didn't talk about the eliminated person without Lana.
I mean,
Lana had to go.
yeah. I had to go and get my life together because I am a performer, right? And so when
That is
I
one of the
perform,
single best things that's ever happened on this podcast.
I go all out in my performances, and so I had to make sure I came back ready.
Because it's time that we discuss the fact that Sissy Lea's gone.
No.
You know, I'll be right back.
Oh, well, I don't know what she's. I don't know what she has.
I don't know. Probably a twist.
Oh God, it's probably a twist. Oh,
But yes. There we go. There we go. I don't have a red light, but I can.
I actually do. So, that's here. That's
We
the best
see
I
you.
can do currently.
We see you.
So we're in.
I'm in
mourning.
mourning. I'm in sadness. Oh look. Oh no.
Oh no. Oh, now we're in blue. Oh, hold on. I got it, Lana.
It's more purple, but it's my sad purple.
I got that too.
I'm in blue too.
Oh my God. Not you and your glass cleaner, David.
No. No.
David's drowning in the glass cleaner. No.
I'm very sad.
Yeah.
I'm blue. Mm-hmm. Sissy, I'm very sad that you're gone. Although the lip sync did not go your way because that dress was too tight. But you will be horribly missed on the show because I know you probably had some amazing looks to show us later on, and I can't wait to see them on Instagram. I hope. I will back.
I'm sure we will. And we would love to have you back on at some point to talk about your experience.
Oh, hey, no. Hey.
I know.
Hey.
I hope it's Noel and not Noel.
Or Noel. I think it's if we're
probably Noel.
If we're pronouncing it wrong, hit me up in my Instagram and let me know. But hey. This was what I did not like. I was very upset, but the lip sync, I guess it was deserved for the lip sync itself, but she shouldn't have been there in the first place. So
Agreed. Well, next week is Dancing with the Italian Stars. The fuck?
What is happening?
I'm so excited.
Me too. Next week is Melissa gets a second win?
Probably. I would say most likely.
Yeah.
And I would like to see it.
Me too.
I would
just like Monique.
Yes. Now, before we go, I do have a draft update.
Uh-oh.
So we are now all officially down 2 people. And the order of the elimination has actually gone the same as far as who we've lost. It's literally been Lana, David, myself, Lana, David, myself.
Oh.
So that's fun. But Lana is still holding it down in 3rd place with 66 points. David, you've got 79 points.
Oh.
And I've got 82 points.
Oh. I'm surprised. I thought I would be winning still because I have Silvana and she's wrecking in the points.
But I also have Lina and Leila, who have been a little bit more consistent probably
True.
than
Sypario.
Silvana. Or than Sypario,
yeah.
But that's where we stand.
And we all have Melissa.
We all have Melissa. So, at least probably if she makes it to top 4, at least we'll all have someone in the final. So, thank you for joining us for yet another riveting and in mourning episode of our Drag Race Italia review. We'll be back same time, same place, probably the same panel to talk about episode 7. In the meantime, go send Sissy Lea all of your support and love, as well as most of the queens from this season. And subscribe if you haven't already here, because we're here almost every day of the week giving you almost everything drag related. So make sure to follow our socials as well, at The Cut Pod on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. You can follow the 3 of us as well down in the description. And further down in the description, you can get our merch, including but not limited to cup mug. Mine's in the dishwasher. At LanaGCreations.etsy.com. And with all that being said, cheers.
Bam! Ba-da-da-da-da. Ba-da-da-da.
I did not realize what you were doing at first, and then I got it. Goodbye.
Bye.
Ciao.